on the nervous side, but then they walked him around and he came out very, very relaxed. The crowd was going crazy for him and he got a little bit more on his toes and he kind of was looking at our set with the lights, but he has really calmed down now.
All right, Romantic Warrior wouldn't be here without the enterprise of his trainer, Danny Shum, or at the behest of his owner, Peter Lau, who's with Tom Stanley.
Well, the one person we haven't heard from properly yet is Mr. Peter Lau, the owner of Romantic Warrior. This is a huge night, I know, but he's won huge races before. How are you feeling?
Yeah, very exciting, and his form is very good. The condition is fine, and I think he's racing one of the biggest races in his life and my life.
Speaking to his trainer, Danny Shum, before his run in Dubai, he paid credit to you for wanting to take this risk, and it's all down to you. He's here.
No, I make the decision, but it's up with the team who make good the condition. But it's so difficult, and they come here now already two months staying here, and they make the conditions so nice. So I want to thank my team very much, and very much looking forward to race.
And how are you feeling about the surface? Obviously, that's the big challenge, the big question.
Yeah, well, I think they know much better, but according to my looking, I think it seems the dirt is not as heavy or as something like Dubai or US. So I hope the surface suit the turf hole more. I hope.
Win or lose tonight, can you describe how much this horse means to you?
Cannot describe by word, but it's a lot, a lot, of course.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Peter Lau. And people thought he was enterprising when he took the horse to Australia, but he's been to Japan as well and won there against the best. He's been to Dubai and won there against the best, and now here he is. Panthalassa did it, Mishrif did it, Michelle, both turf horses who won this race.
They definitely did, and they did it in different ways, which I liked as well. Panthalassa won gate to wire from the one hole, and then of course we had Mishrif winning from the outside. So I do feel like this horse ticks a lot of nice boxes.
He does. How does James McDonald play it from gate 3?
Tricky.
I think so.
Especially when it's not, when you're going grass to dirt, it's not just if you're getting the footing, right? It's a matter of that kickback we've referenced. So from that inside 3 post with a full field to his outside, if he's in behind horses and he's not happy, if he's not acclimating to all that stuff being thrown back in his face, McDonald, that's a difficult chore, trying to find some room for him to operate, as opposed to if he had an outside post, especially in a 1-turn mile and an eighth, where you could find a comfortable spot out in the clear.
What? Okay, who's our projected speed is going to be Walk of Stars,
yes,
right? And he is outside. There's a good chance he doesn't necessarily go and then dip all the way down to the rail, right? What if he just kind of sits outside a little bit? I mean, it might give him just a little bit more options with Romantic Warrior.
Talk about Forever Young, who is right on the outside, but they're pleased. They're pleased with that.
Not as much pace this year. Like Saudi Crown last year emptied the tank, lit it up, supersonic pace, setting the table for Senor Buscador from 20 lengths back. This year, less pace. The outside post, perfect in a 1-turn race for Forever Young. He is going to be in that catbird stalking spot a little bit closer than you're accustomed to seeing him.
Just a real pro now, this horse. He's been asked to do extraordinary things, and he's jumped through pretty much every hoop.
What would you have said if we told you what the next year, Yoshida Yahagi, his trainer, 5 wins now in Saudi Cup competition, the last time we were here and watching Forever Young win the Saudi Derby, and it wasn't pretty, and he made a bunch of mistakes, but he won, and now seeing him back on this track and everything that's happened since, including almost making history and becoming the first ever Japanese-based Kentucky Derby winner.
Look, this is my top pick, but are we remiss that we're not mentioning a couple other horses in this field, like El Codigo, who is the best dirt horse, or one of the best dirt horses in Argentina. I mean, he's really interesting in here, right? You already talked about Factor Cheval a little bit. Walk of Stars, I thought looked absolutely sensational last time. We've seen this track be forwardly playing today. I mean, he could be the one that goes out there, sets all, makes all, and then holds on.
For Bupat Seymour, who was going to bring Laurel River here, but didn't. He brings Walk of Stars. There's Rattle and Roll. I mean, you can't keep McPeak down.
You know who he reminds me of? Is Country Grammar. Country Grammar was just a horse. He was a good horse in the Mideast on these tracks. Not all dirt tracks are created equally. He was a force. A Dubai World Cup winner and back-to-back second-place finishes in the Saudi Cup. The way Rattle and Roll finished, explosive. in the custodian of two holy mosques. Maybe he's one of those types of horses that has just found a new environment and a type of track that he can really thrive on.
I think the bigger key to Country Grammar was getting the 1.25 miles when he was in Dubai, because he was a true 1.25 miles horse. And then the way the track played here to his running style coming from behind. I'm not convinced on Rattle and Roll is what it comes down to, Lafitte.
Clearly.
You are convinced that this also ran a big race, Walk of Stars. Why, he's been reinvented by Bhupas Seema.
He certainly has. I mean, he was purchased back in prior to December of 2023. He still wasn't the best when they put him on the dirt, but his last couple of races, Bhupas said, you know what, we're going to try something different. We're going to put him on the lead. We saw it work earlier with Shin Empire. You put him on the lead, they get really brave. And the last couple of races for this horse on the front end, they taught him leave the gate and go. And he has been a different horse. To me, his Maktoum Challenge race was sensational.
Excellent.
All right. And here's a horse who prepped on the dirt in Dubai last time, Factor Cheval, but he's better known as a European turf horse. A lot of confidence behind him.
The class, the ability, he has it all. The only question was dirt, and passed the test with flying colors. Expect a big effort from Factor Cheval rolling late in the Saudi Cup.
I believe he's leaving from the same post as Mishrif when he won.
Now, Romantic Warrior is getting above himself again, not for the first time this week.
He is, you know, his exercise rider, Gary Lau, said, oh, he's a gentleman, he's so nice. I have not once seen him be something that I would be like, oh, I'd love to go on a hack on this horse. He is a handful.
And James McDonald has said he's like a lamb in Hong Kong. But when he travels, he gets energized. But let's hope he channels that adrenaline in a productive way first time on dirt. He walks in, they're loading briskly for the world's richest horse race.
He's warm and he's paying attention, and he was definitely on his toes, but he's not over the top, out of control. Like, we've seen him a couple of days this week where you just had to kind of let him go do his thing. He looks very composed considering everything going on.
History, first ever Hong Kong-based racehorse to compete in Saudi Arabia.
The best of Asia, the best of North America, the best of Europe, the Saudi Cup, $20 million, Richard Hoyles.
And they're away for the Saudi Cup, a little bit slow away, Ushbata Zoro. And early on it is Walk of Stars who moves forward. Romantic Warrior jumped well and just moves off the rail to get some clear daylight and avoid the kickback. Looking for Forever Young, who's broken well and is right across the field as well. Al Musmak is racing in a handy position with Defunded through the first 200. They're being followed by Ramjet, and also there is Wait to Excel. As last year, Ushbata Zoro's the one off the back end. Also towards the back at this stage is Rattle and Roll, well behind as they make their way through the first 400 meters. Forever Young in the maroon colors, but it's Al Musmak towards the outside with Defunded, and right there on the running rails, Walk of Stars. Romantic Warrior tracks them in 5th place, Pale Blue, racing on the inside of Wait to Excel, then Ramjet wider out. The white cap of El Código. Factor Cheval is at the back of that leading group on the outside of Wilson Tesoro. Then behind those is Intense for Me, still a gap back to Wood and Sun. Rattle and Roll well back, and Ushbata Zoro as Romantic Warrior moves off the running rail as they approach the bend. So out in the lead, Forever Young on the outside, disputing it with Walk of Stars. Right round the outside, Romantic Warrior will be 5 wide into the turn, but he's poised under James McDonald as the big two move through. Forever Young, Romantic Warrior sweeps up on the outside for Hong Kong. They lock horns, and it's Romantic Warrior who finds most initially from Forever Young in 2nd place. The two of them are clear from Wilson Tesoro and Factor Cheval, two of the great racehorses in the world. And at the moment, Romantic Warrior holds sway. His rider looks across. Forever Young is trying to close, and he's beginning to do so. Romantic Warrior from the outside. Forever Young has got to within 3 parts of a length. Romantic Warrior, Forever Young, a race for the ages, and Forever Young rounds off a terrific night for Japan, runs down Romantic Warrior and breaks Hong Kong hearts. Back in 3rd place, Ushbata Zoro, Rattle and Roll from the back. Wilson Tesoro next with Ramjet. Then behind those, Walk of Stars dropped out. Defunded Nel Código. A stretch duel for the ages where Romantic Warrior went first but couldn't repel Forever Young, who ran him down in the final 50 meters to win the 4th race in a row tonight for Japan, and the one that matters most. The winner in the last strides of last year's Saudi Derby wins the Saudi Cup in similar fashion. Romantic Warrior got a break, faced the kickback, did Hong Kong proud, but eventually it was Forever Young for that familiar nation on Saudi Cup night. 4 on the night for Japan, 2 here in successive years. Forever Young won the Saudi Cup.
You will travel the world not once, not twice, but 3 times before you'll see a horse race like that. There was something in the air tonight for Japan, for Yusei Sakai and for Yoshita Yahagi. Forever Young has won.